In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. This quote has been repeated ad nauseum throughout schools across the United States. A better and more useful quote would probably be, in 1493, Columbus stole all he could see. Christopher Columbus is reviewed as some remarkable man who helped unify the U.S. and he got all this money for everybody and he discovered everything for everyone. But it was already found. People already were living there. It was already a found place. Nobody discovered it. It was already discovered by people that were already living there. He may be seen as a discoverer or a trader, but his purpose from the beginning was not mere exploration or even trade, but conquest and exploitation, for which he used religion as rationale, according to Kirkpatrick Sale, a historian with a degree from Cornell University. The Vikings, they were also there. Supposedly, how many people have heard that Vikings discovered the U.S. first? Exactly, we still perpetuate the myth that Christopher Columbus found it. Ancient Roman and Carthaginian coins keep on turning up in the Americas too, according to Charles H. Hapgood, a historian with a master's degree from Harvard. Christopher Columbus is viewed as a hero, but we really shouldn't be viewing him as a hero as the United States. We should actually be sort of wary of him. In my speech, first, I will tell you why he's falsely viewed as a hero. Second, how treating him like one is harming this country, and fully inform you of the solutions to put an end to this plague on American history. First off, I'm going to tell you off why I intend to falsely verify Columbus. Pictures. We don't really know who Columbus was. He never had a portrait made of himself. He never had a portrait made of himself while he was alive. In 1989, President George H.W. Bush said of Columbus, "Christopher Columbus not only opened the door to the New World, but also set an example for all of us by showing us what monumental feats can be accomplished with perseverance and faith." This is a quote that's totally making Columbus look like he was a guy that came here to make the world a better place and just to make everyone really happy, when all, in real meaning, he was just trying to get glory. Captain John Smith said about the Virginian Indians in 1624, "The manner how to suppress them is so often related and approved, I write it here. And you have 20 examples of how the Spaniards go to the East West Indies and force the treacherous and rebellious infidels to do all manner of drudgery work and slavery for them, themselves living like soldiers upon the fruits of their labors." So he's pretty much saying, hey, Columbus did all this stuff. What a cool guy. He told us how we should do slavery, how we should imprison all these people, how we should just totally hurt them. Thanks, Columbus, for giving us this, So this is pretty much what Columbus gave to the people. Back then, in Europe, people viewed themselves as just singular countries, not actual Europeans or Asians. They viewed themselves as Italians or, Romanians. But as soon as they found in North America, the Indians, they started referring themselves more as white, which ended up making white an actual race now. James W. Lowen, author of Lies My Teacher Told Me, said that. Okay. Cognitive dissonance is part of the process of modifying one's opinion to bring them into line with one's action or planned action, says social psychologist Leo Festinger. Leo Festinger is saying cognitive dissonance is when we try to modify our opinions so it makes us feel more better about ourselves. For instance, the Vietnam War. We can't let the rebels win. We have to destroy the rebels. We have to make sure communism doesn't fall upon them. We can't let the rebels win. We have to keep the government in order. Arab Spring revolts. Yeah, let the rebels take over, as long as they put a democratic government in place, right? The Cold War was another example of this. We tried all throughout the Cold War just to stop everywhere communism from spreading, but I mean, for what? Why did we have to go farther? And finally, what can we do to solve these problems? You can protest. Protesting is a very simple way. Protesting gets the job done. The Vietnam protests, they did all those things. They protested as much as they could. They got the job done. Civil rights movements, they went everywhere, marched everywhere, made speeches everywhere. What happened? They got the job done. Women's suffrage. Women started complaining about this, not having the right to vote. Because, I mean, they had to have the right to vote. And what happened? They got the job done. So, that actually works. Contacting representatives is another way you can actually change this. Tell them, hey, why are we celebrating Columbus Day? It's a guy that pretty much was like Hitler. He killed people, he enslaved a bunch of people, and he treated them as subhuman. So why are we celebrating this man on a certain day? And another thing you do is just get involved. Create a Facebook page. Go out there and just hold signs and just invite people to the cause. Finally, I'd like to let you know why Columbus is treated as a hero, how this causes us to feel like he should be, and what effect this has on us. And finally, I gave you some solutions on how to stop him from being considered such a hero in the US. Columbus was just a guy who somehow ran into the US when he was looking for somewhere else, and he ended up enslaving a bunch of people, getting a bunch of people in chains, having them work. He killed a bunch. So why should we be celebrating him? Knowledge is power, but the correct knowledge is unstoppable. Thank you.